Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be going through many of the holiday collections that are coming out in the luxury beauty world and sharing my thoughts. I don't know if I'm the only one, but like this year I haven't been feeling the holiday collections. Like some of them I'm just like, oh, I know. What? Like I don't feel that they're special. I probably need to preface this video by saying I look at holiday collections as something special, as something really unique that the brands launch. A lot of the holiday collections out there, I'm just not really that interested in. I don't know if I'm just the only one, but I'm going to go through many of the collection and share why I'm feeling that way. And while I'm going through them, I will let you know if I plan to pick it up so you can know what to expect in the upcoming weeks on my channel, or if I'm just going to pass on it. A lot of the images and the information I am going to be getting from these Instagram pages, so I will also link them in the description box down below. Let's go ahead and start with the new holiday collection from Westman Atelier. This is the Petal Edition Lip and Complexion Holiday Gift Set. It retails for $134. In the collection, it includes a full-size lit up highlight stick in the shade Petal, which is a dusty nude rose. It also has a full-size baby cheek lip and blush stick in the shade Petal. And it also has a full-size squeaky clean liquid lip balm in the shade Petal. So those are the three products. Let me say this. I love the cream blush in the shade Petal. I have that one. It's beautiful, but I'm not a big fan of their gloss. It's a little bit too clumpy and it's not my favorite. I'm sure the full-size lit up highlight stick is pretty, but I don't know. It turns me away because I just don't like the gloss. And in order to spend that much money, I need to love all three of the products. And because I don't like the gloss, I don't really recommend this. Just saying. Let's talk about the new holiday collection from Tom Ford. They're launching 2 quads and a lip. They also launched a face and eye palette. So let's discuss the 2 quads first. So they have the Soleil Neige in Chalet Lust. I'm probably botching that. And the Après Ski. Okay. And I'm very disappointed in both of those quads. I'm not planning on picking them up. I've put them in my cart and taken them out. Put them in my cart, taken them out because I thought about getting them and reviewing them for you, but they look so light. And when I look at the swatches, so Tavia on Chic Profile, she provided some swatches. I'm not feeling these quads, you guys. I'm not feeling them at all. It's like 50 shades of the same. There's nothing special about these. The reason why I say that is because look at the First Frost. This is one of my favorites. I have used this palette so much that the TF embossing on all 4 of the shades is completely gone. These are so special and so beautiful. All 4 of these shades are gorgeous. I've used this quad so many times. It's so easy, so beautiful. And especially once you wet them, because it is the wet dry formula, they are stunning on the eyes, okay? Probably my favorite is the Et Noon. I think is the Soleil Et Noon. Et Noon, I'm not sure. It's fancy wording. But anyway, this one right here. This is so special, you guys. Like, I don't get it. I can't tell you how many times I've used this green color. It's like a super gorgeous, like seafoam green. Those are special tones. Those are special tones in our collection. That's what I was looking for. I want something that's special from holiday palettes. And these 2 Tom Ford quads, the new ones, don't have it. I'm not here for it, you guys. Not here for it at all. They also launched a new lip blush. It's like a lip balm. It applies clear, but it instantly transforms into a sultry pink stain and makes the lips look fuller. I have one similar from Givenchy, and I like this. And it kind of does the same thing. I have these in my purse all the time because it doesn't really look like a lot, but it kind of stains your lips to like a really pretty kind of healthy pink. So I thought about getting it, but then I was like, I don't want to spend $58 on it. So no, I'm not going to get it. I'm just not going to get it. It's a lip balm. I just don't need it. So that collection, I'm just not feeling at all. And then we talk about the face and eye palette. Now, I learned my lesson. I bought the Red Harness face and eye palette and I was so excited about that palette. I could not wait to get it. And it was the biggest disappointment. One of my most regrettable spends that I've had on YouTube. This palette looks like it has hardly any pigment. Not only are they lighter, the formula's bad. So my Red Harness palette was a hot flippin' mess. The formula is nothing like the wet dry. Even though it looks like it's going to be a wet dry formula, it's nowhere near the quality. The quality is bad in those face and eye palettes at the end of the day. So even if you have the right complexion to make those face and eye palettes work, I don't recommend them just for the quality overall. They're awful. And based on the reviews that I've seen of this palette, I was right to skip it and not spend my money on it. And I hope that none of you did either, because everybody I've seen use it on camera have not had a very good experience with it. So Tom Ford is completely out for me this year as far as holiday goes. It's just a wah, wah, wah. Thought about the lippy, but I'm glad I didn't think about it too long and I didn't purchase it because I don't need it. Let's quickly talk about the new Chantecaille holiday set. So this is the Lotus collection. It looks like they have a lip crystal pink opal for $50. There is a Lotus Radiance powder for $95. It is a luminous highlighter that gives the high points of the face a beautiful warm glow. Then they also have the Lotus Perfect Blur Glow Powder for $98. It is a smooth and perfect your complexion with this soft focus blur powder that offers a hint of radiance. And then they have the Lotus Blossom Radiant Blush for $75. It's a lightweight and radiant. This blush gives the cheeks a natural looking flush with a hint of pearlescence. Now, I'm curious about the blush. You guys know I'm always curious about the blush. I mean, have we met? Right? The other powders I'm kind of hit and miss on because I haven't really been wearing a lot of highlighters, and I'm trying not to buy a lot of highlighters because I do have already a lot of highlighters in my collection and I'm not using them that much. So it doesn't make sense to buy more highlighters. But the lippy I am very excited about because I personally love their lip cheeks and this looks beautiful. So I think out of this collection, I'll probably pick up the blush and the lip cheek. And the packaging is gorgeous. I mean, it's Chantecaille. They always nail the packaging. So that's the 411 on that. I'm kind of waiting to see if they're going to send it out in PR because that's the thing about Chantecaille. They don't give you a heads up like, hey, we're going to be sending this out to you in PR. So you buy it and then they send it to you and then you have double. So I don't know if I've reached out to them to find out if they're going to send it in PR. If not, I'm going to go ahead and buy it. So be on the look for a review coming, whether they send it to me or I buy it. That's here nor there. Maybe I'm off the PR list because I hated the Cougar palette. I don't know, maybe. Anyway, let's talk about the Bobbi Brown. There's a new holiday collection from Bobbi Brown. So they're launching the Jade Stone eyeshadow palette. Retails for $59. And they're also launching a day and night eyeshadow palette. Retails for $39. Now, they're limited edition. And it looks like you are going to be able to pick these up during the Bobbi Brown sale at a discount. The Jade Stone eyeshadow palette looks beautiful. And I do love those olive tones. So that palette's kind of calling to me. However, I picked these up on a discount and I don't like these. So this is the Cobblestone eyeshadow palette and these textures and tones. I don't love the formula at all. Like, I had the hardest time using this palette that I finally gave up and grabbed something else because I was so frustrated. Now I have this palette and I haven't used it. So this is the Golden Illusion. So I think these were launched together maybe. I don't know. But I just know that I really wanted this palette to work and it just was... The mattes were kind of dusty and not very buildable. And the cream shadows, the shimmer shadows were... just nothing to write home about. Like they're super chunky. I don't know. I just was not thrilled with that palette. If you guys have tried Bobbi Brown eyeshadows, because this is my first palette I ever used from Bobbi Brown. Didn't love it. So if you guys like Bobbi Brown eyeshadow, let me know in the comment section and I might pick up that Jade Stone because it is really beautiful. I'm not going to get the other one. I won't get the Day to Night, but the Jade Stone looks really pretty. Let me know in the comment section. Let's talk about the YSL holiday collection. Again, nothing I'm super excited about. And I did not like their eyeshadow palette. In fact, I might have it right here. I have it right here. I'm going to change my battery and grab that palette. This is it right here. So this palette, awful. This palette was terrible. One of the worst palettes I used in the year of 2021. And this is the Saraheen or something like that. It's this right there. Terrible. Because of my experience with this palette, it stopped me from buying any more YSL. But like these shadows, especially like this one, oh, they're bad. They're bad, you guys. They're not good quality. I had a hell of a time using it. I don't recommend it. Ugh. They're one of those that you can build it and build it and build it and it blends away. It's one of those formulas where you keep dipping your brush in and you keep applying, and as soon as you start blending it, it's gone. It like completely disappears into the atmosphere. Terrible palette. This palette, it looks like this collection is called the New Clutch 10 Pan Palette. It is the case, the shades are Desert Nude. So their lip products are great. They did launch 2 new shades in each of their formulas, which is great. And then it looks like they also have a new perfume. I'm not planning on picking up anything from the YSL collection. They also have a new advent calendar. A lot of good stuff in there, but holy smokes is it expensive. This retails for $350. It's a very pricey advent calendar. Here's my thoughts on the advent calendars. If you're someone that has a lot of products from a particular brand, the advent calendars don't really make that a lot of sense because they come with a lot of deluxe size samples with a few full size, right? If you're new to a brand and you're wanting to try more products from that brand, the advent calendars are really nice. So it all depends on what you're looking for. I'm personally not a biggest fan of advent calendars unless it's like, you know, like a candle advent calendar or something like that. But when it comes to makeup and makeup brands, I'm a little like iffy, especially you guys saw the show of last year's, right? With the Chanel. That was terrible. I mean, people got completely ripped off on that advent calendar. Even though it went viral for the wrong reasons, that was a bad advent calendar. So advent calendars are tricky and it all depends on what you're wanting from that brand. And it all depends on what you have, in my opinion, from that brand to make them worth it. Now, speaking of very expensive advent calendars, have you guys checked out Dior's? Whew. That is a $650 price point. Now, in Dior's defense, they do have large full-size products in there. So it looks like it's not a bad deal if you really like their J'adore perfume. So it makes a little bit more sense, but it's still $650. So at the end of the day, in order to kind of justify it, you have to like all of the perfumes that are available in that advent calendar, even though it's really beautiful. That blue and that gold, gorgeous, right? Anyway, let's talk about Chanel's holiday collection. I was really close to buying this, like really, really close. But those palettes, again, nothing special. The tweeds, they have my heart and soul. The tweed collection has my soul because they are so gorgeous, so unique, so special, right? This one, I'm not feeling it. It's inspired by the No. 5 Chanel perfume, okay? But the quad, though it has really pretty embossing, the shades are just like, they look the same. Even in swatches, they look the same. There's not a lot of differences between them, and they're nothing that special. I'm just saying. They do have an oversized illuminating face powder, which comes in 2 shades, but you guys, again, I'm not wearing a lot of highlighter these days, and even though this is more of an illuminating powder, we already have those types of powders in our Hourglass palettes from the holidays. Like, do we really need an illuminating powder that's that big? Have any of you guys used that illuminating powder, and do you love it? I have it, and I like it, but it's nothing like super revolutionary or anything where we need this big, large size of it. I don't know. I'm just not feeling the Chanel holiday collection either. And like I said, I was gonna buy them and I decided not to. It just didn't make sense financially for me to buy something that I didn't really want. And it just doesn't scream to me like I need this in my collection. Oh, I love this holiday collection, right? The Dior holiday collection spoke to me, but this doesn't speak to me. It just doesn't. Again, another collection I'm just not that interested in. Let's talk about the new holiday collection from Suku. I don't know when it's going to be available. Typically when I buy Suku, I have to buy it on the Selfridges website and have it shipped to America. And I have one of their memberships where you pay like a one-time fee through Selfridges, and then you don't have to pay for the shipping because it's expensive. I think it's like $35 to have something shipped here on top of buying what you're buying. And I think I paid like $55 or something like that for the membership, for the shipping membership, being that Selfridges is in the UK. It's based out of the UK. So typically when I buy Suku, I have to buy it on the Selfridges website. And these palettes look really pretty. They do. They look really, really beautiful. And I've thought about them, but because they're kind of hard to get in America, I don't know that I'm going to buy them and review them. They are harder to get here at the end of the day. They're really pretty though. So if you're UK based, Suku is gorgeous. A lot of people don't have the memberships, right? So at the end of the day, the Suku collection is pretty, but I don't think I'll be picking it up. So that's the list, you guys. That's just a few of the new holiday releases coming out and my thoughts on them. Pretty much based on everything I've talked about, the only one you can expect to see a review of is the Chantecaille blush and lip chic. That's pretty much the only thing that has me excited. Isn't that sad? There was a lot of products that we just talked about, and those are the only two that I'm like, I'm going to plan on getting. Now, I did review the Dior Holiday collection, so if you guys want to see that review, I will pin it up here in the iCards and also link it in the description box. But at the end of the day, these holiday collections, they're just not getting me excited. I'm really hoping that Charlotte Tilbury launches a eye palette, her holiday palettes, because she hasn't done that yet. And typically she puts them out in September, because the face palettes, I'm not feeling. I've used the one multiple times since I reviewed it, and it's just not something that I am super writing home about. They're okay, they're pretty, but again, they're just not that unique. They're just not that unique at all. And one of my highlighters came out, so be careful with that. If you have them, I noticed it also happened to Chic Profile, where one of the blushes, like the glue came apart. So just be careful with that. But I'm just not feeling her face palettes. They're just like, want, right? So I'm really hoping she does launch a holiday palette. We'll see. But other than that, you guys, I'm just not really I'm not feeling the holidays this year when it comes to makeup. That's it for the video, guys. Sound off down below. Are you guys excited about anything that's coming out in the holidays? Or are you feeling like me and you're just not that into it? I'm so curious to hear what your guys' thoughts are, because we're all different, right? And we all like different things. And just because things are not making me excited doesn't mean they're not making you excited. So if there's a holiday collection that you guys are excited about, sound off down below. Let's just have a conversation and chit chat. I'm so curious. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in today's video. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Love you. Bye.